League of Legends, they might be in for a bit of a shock.
Yeah, I think that church is somewhere else. I don't think they quite have a church. I don't think I've seen League of Legends in a church. So we've beaten them in one way so far.
Oh, definitely. I don't think I've ever seen League played in a church. So we're coming for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, like, I'm looking forward as well to seeing the rest of the BlizzCon World Cup. Like, I want to see some of that. That should be going on later.
Does that start next week?
It starts this week, actually. And it looks like
start this week. Oh, it looks like we're going into game. We are into Hanamura. Let's get ourselves some game sounds here.
So welcome to lovely Hanamura, and it looks like this is just a briefing on how Hanamura works, just in case anyone is confused. Hanamura, 2 control point map, and basically you've just got to try and take both control points. First control point, generally a little bit easier to take than the second, although we've definitely seen full stalls here with how these maps work. So Hanamura, not a very popular map on the pro scene at the moment, just because the last point is incredibly hard to take. You have this big open area to fight in. It's very, very hard to take over and sort of contest for that. And this is very old footage looking at it. This is actually footage
from... Look at the size of the capture point now.
Yeah, this is tiny. Like pre-beta footage. I haven't seen this in a long time, but it looks like we are getting set up and ready to go. Of course, there are going to be people here in the audience who aren't familiar with Overwatch at all in the live audience. I imagine you guys who've come on stream are probably very familiar with it, but just in case you aren't, then here is a nice briefing for you for the 2 control point maps. So I'm going to be interested to see how the pros handle this. How are they going to manage that defense? So we're going to see anyone playing on Mei, for example. That would be kind of
Mei is a fantastic pick for the defense here on Objective A. Absolutely incredible, because she can just wall off that whole choke point all by herself, and the only way you can get through is to come through the upper part on the right, which can only be accessed by champions with verticality. In fact, let's take a little look at the team composition right here.
Yeah, so we do have, of course, on the defensive team at the moment, we're actually seeing actually a fairly standard comp. We have Cyranox on the Ana. We have Paul 900. That's a wonderful name. I actually really do like that name. On the Lucio. Midna, Italian pro player, so he's definitely one to watch. On Reinhardt, interesting. At least we've got the pro on the Reinhardt. Lilo on the Mei. Mei's going to be super important here for getting those early walls. Fighter on McCree, and Cabal on the Roadhog.
It's pretty standard team composition we're looking here. On the red side, we have got Hal, that's the Italian pro on Zarya. A good solid character to carry on the on solo Q. We've got Dalasar on the Reinhardt. Manzo on Lucio. I feel like he should be playing Hanzo.
Absolutely.
Freaky Ricky on the offensive Bastion, not something we see too often there. And we've got Hobbit on Ana and Sez on the Genji.
And it looks like that first wall didn't actually manage to catch anyone, didn't manage to split anyone up as the teams do jockey for position in this first choke point. Just looking for that opening. Midna's barrier is actually going down quite quickly as well, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Does get hit by the sleep dart, almost gets taken down, but does manage to back up in time, does get saved. And actually, Fighters managed to pick up Sez in the back there. The Genji going down to the McCree. There's Freaky Ricky, unfortunately, going down on the Bastion. Did manage to get set up, but didn't manage to get all the damage he wanted. Fighter finding more and more of these targets on the McCree. It looks like they're just jockeying back and forth in position right now. It's looking actually pretty good for the offensive. They've got a lot more barrier sort of in the pocket, and that can definitely use that to try and force an advantage.
All right, so Genji's gone in over there on the top right, but McCree is on him, but he's reflected the flashbang. Oh, beautiful headshot.
Absolutely wonderful. That's just what you want to see out of McCree. So didn't even need to use the right click. Midna hit by another sleep dart, so these sleep darts are landing. There could be an opening here to push through, but they're not quite taking it. Just hesitant at the moment to go through, and this fighter guy is just ready to go with the Deadeye, so he's definitely going to be looking to try and catch someone out. We still have this offensive Bastion as well in the back, shelling away. Reinhardt's collide. There goes the nano boost on both sides, and Hal gets, Hal eliminated Hal. And teams are set up right now, just team fighting back and forth. There's the Blizzard just stalling everyone up on the point, and it looks like they've managed to hold off this offensive. Midna just securing a lot of kills there. It looks like teams are just ready to fight once more. They're just jockeying back and forth here for position at the choke point once again. Can they get set up in time? It looks like Lilo actually very low there. May force into a nice block. There is a little bit of an opening here just for the team to try and push through. Hal, though, managed to back away. Doesn't get caught out by that May wall, so definitely has a little bit more space here. And can the red team actually cause and force something to happen here?
Well, we have seen a change on the red team. They've now brought out the McCree. No more of the offensive Bastion. It wasn't working for them. So we've now got Freaky Ricky on the McCree. And he's charging that ultimate nice and fast. Oh my god, he's taken down the Roadhog. Oh, we've got 4 kill feed is all red. I think this should be the first objective secured for the red side.
Yeah, as good as Fighter has been so far, and he's actually going for the high noon on his own. No, he just eats one of the Zarya right clicks there. Hal taking him out. No problem there. And even Dallasal with the taunt on the point. That's what we like to see here from the community. And honestly, they're in a good position to move on to this next point. They have a nano boost ready to go. They have Dallasal ready as well with that Earthshatter. And of course, they have Freaky Ricky with the high noon set up and good to try for another push here going forward as the defensive team does set up on this high ground. This is basically the standard location for them to set up. Actually, the team just goes straight on the point and they are just contesting the point immediately.
It's very unusual. You normally see the attacking team come up on that high ground as well, but it has forced the blue team to drop straight down onto the objective, and we've got ourselves an all-out brawl, but the kill feed seems to be more red than blue, and I think they're going to take this.
Yeah, Freaky Ricky managed to find a double kill there with his ultimate, so did manage to pick off 2 people there, and they're still on the point. No one's contesting the point. Lilo was there, but he walled himself off from the point. Didn't manage to get on it, didn't manage to contest it. So that's actually a really good time. Tons of time in the time bank right now for the first team to take that offensive.
That second point's usually so difficult to take.
I think they have 4 minutes 50. Yeah, 4 minutes 50 in the time bank. That's absolutely huge. Can they match it, though, is the big question. Can they do exactly the same thing? I mean, they were sold out for a little while on that first point. It did take them a couple of pushes, but just no defense there on the second point. They just weren't prepared for them just to go straight for the point and just take it.
I know, they just walked under them, and the defending team, I guess, just didn't know how to deal with it. They didn't collapse on them quick enough, and the red team just had the advantage and took the objective. This time we're seeing Freaky Ricky show his champion pool is even wider still, and he's switched on to the Roadhog.
Yeah, so he's gone to the Roadhog. It's actually a pick that I quite like it. They're actually running triple tank. Oh, my lord. Yes, they are running triple tank, Mei, and Anna. So that's actually a lot of health. That's actually a really, really chunky comp there, just getting ready to go. So that's actually going to be difficult to break through. I was half expecting to see a Bastion. Like, we saw Bastion on offense.
Yeah, I was expecting to see the Bastion on defense as well, but it's not. So let's just run through the team fully here. On the defending team, now the red side, we got Manzo on Lucio, Freaky Ricky on the Roadhog, Hal, the Italian pro, on the Zarya, Dallasar on Reinhardt, Cez on Mei, and Hobbit still on that Anna.
Yeah, and of course, on the offensive team at this time, we have Midna on Reinhardt again, so still keeping that pro on Reinhardt. Ball 900 on the Lucio, Cyranox on Anna, Cabal on Roadhog, Fighter on the Genji, and Lilo on Zarya. So setting up and ready to go at the moment. Again, like that is a 3-tank lineup, but it's a Roadhog on offense. I actually quite like that here, though, because you're generally running into a Reinhardt, for example, so having all that extra damage coming out to get rid of the barrier nice and quickly. And, of course, with the 3-tank lineup, that's kind of what you want. They have a nice option as well with the Genji available, so they can definitely try and fire him off with the nano-boosted ultimate and just get some kills off the back of that. But, of course, with these tanky targets, it's going to be a little bit difficult. One nice advantage for Fighter, though, you can ignore that Mei wall. And the Mei wall's actually gone up already, so there's an opportunity to try and push straight in here for the attacking team. That's not what
you want to do. You want to make sure that Mei wall is ready to cut the team in half or separate somebody off.
It's come up in time.
But he's got it back up again and uses it to block the charge. So I think that was some pretty lucky timing there.
It looks like they're just ready to fight here. Midna actually caught a little bit too far forward. Dallasar getting some hits in, and Lilo actually dropping a little bit low here. That said, healing coming out on both sides right now. The Anna's definitely doing work, picking everyone back up. Dallasar doesn't quite find a chance, but Midna is actually way out in the open here. He's very, very vulnerable. Goes down to Cez, so this is definitely looking good for the defending team at the moment. Red team bought themselves a little bit of time. You cannot push without that Reinhardt. They're just going to want to try and chip down this barrier as much as possible. Dalla got to be careful not to lose it before the enemy team is ready to push, because when that Reinhardt comes back, they're probably going to try and force something in immediately. Fighter does get them to the point, but get cut down by Hal.
The red team are killing them left, right, and center. They're forcing them back, pushing them right back through the choke. I think they need to regroup. They need to get back, get everybody back together. Oh my god, there's a Zarya Graviton Surge comes out, but the Mei wall blocked it. Was that blocked by their own Mei?
Yeah, so Mei actually managed to block one of our own team's Earthshatters as well, which is a little bit of a disaster. But that said, we got the whole hog coming out with the nano boost, so a lot of damage coming out for that, but does actually manage to get stunned with the sleep dart there from Cyranox. Hal, though, does pick up Lilo in the back, so both one Zarya down on one side, and they're just going to try and retreat, get a bit safe. Here comes Fighter, though, with the nano blade. Can he find the targets? Doesn't quite managed to get 2 so far, so clean up in the back. Hal actually super low as well, might go down here to Midna. Midna takes him down, and is actually pretty much on the point right now. Just does, wants to not get frozen by that Mei, just backs up onto the point, does lasts a little bit longer. Mei managed to survive that as well. Will get invulnerable. Will be a little bit difficult to kill him. I'm losing myself here, is a little bit vulnerable at the moment with the wall down and with the ice block down, but will get picked off there. And actually, Cabal with the nano boost. Does Cabal have the ultimate available? Not just quite yet. He's on 95%. He really wants to get that built up. There it is now. Is he going to opt to do the whole hog? He's just holding on to it for a little bit longer. There's the blizzard on the point, though, so he's just going to get frozen. He can't escape from that. It's got a Reinhardt swinging down at him. He should be able to clean up here on the point.
Had so much health to get through there with the Lucio sound barrier on him whilst being frozen. It took them forever to work him down, but it does seem like the red team has managed to push them off the point, and we're resetting the fight here.
And this is really good for the red team. Like, they have so much time in the bank that every single one of these fights just extends their advantage. Right now, it's definitely taken longer for the blue team to take it than it did for the red team, so they've already got an advantage going forward. Even if they do lose the point here, I definitely think they're feeling pretty happy. And Dalasar does manage to finish off Cabal there. Says lifted him up there on the May wall. I believe there goes Fighter, though. He does have the Genji blade drawn, but the Graviton Surge just holds him down, kills him off, and this is looking good once more for the defending team. Red team just holding on that little bit longer. Hal with the clutch Graviton Surge, and this is just going to be easy cleanup for him. Cyrilox does land the sleep dart, but I don't think Cyrilox can really do anything to this Zarya here. Just a little bit of damage before backing off. Doesn't even do the damage, just backs away. We do see a Pharah actually coming out here for Lilo, and Lilo is ready to go with that barrage, but will they have an opportunity to do it? I think Freaky Ricky might have something to say about that.
I think the Pharah pick could be quite good here. I mean, Freaky Ricky is the only person that's really going to be able to deal with the Pharah, and if Pharah stays out of that hook range and plays safe, might be able to get some real work done here.
I mean, Freaker Ricky's definitely doing a good job here. Like, these people are from the chef floor. There goes the barrage, but Hal is just in position. Hal actually with the nano boost as well, just dealing so much damage into that Graviton Surge. Gets a double kill for himself. Might clean up on the back here with a triple kill for him. So he's feeling real good at the moment. This is looking so good for the red team right now as they are holding on wonderfully. It's just poor Fighter left on his own here. Will try and get the large health and dash away. Is he going to go for a suicide? No, he's just going to stay in the back line here, deal some harassment damage, might get some damage on this Lucio, and just irritate this Reinhardt as well in the back line. Never a bad idea. He's actually drawn both supports back, so that isn't too bad. As he does jive.
There, 5 seconds left on the clock here. Can they get on there to get the overtime?
Yeah, he's going to just try and buy as much time as he can. He's forced the overtime there, but Cabal goes down on the front line, so there goes Roadhog. Lilo not quite going down to that just yet, but Freaky Ricky is in position, doing so much damage. Midna so low at the moment. Freaky Ricky does heal himself back up, of course. Midna gets picked off from the back. Zarya gets slept on. No, that's a knockdown from Dalasar, actually. That's his Earth Shatter just stunning them down, and that's it for the red team. They have taken Hanamura in decisive fashion. That looks really strong for them.
Yeah, they looked much, much more powerful there, exerting their dominance over the red team.
I've got to say, like, from the community side, like, Freaky Ricky looked really good. So that was actually very impressive. You've got a lot of kills on that McCree. It's good to see what he managed to do with that. And of course, we do see lots and lots of gravestones. I do love seeing that from the Halloween event. There's nothing more heartwarming than seeing absolutely, like, just the finishing screen full of gravestones. Fighter picking up play of the game. Let's see what he pulled off here. It's high noon, and it looks like he's going to get a lot of value out of it. Oh my lord, picked up a triple kill there and got a Bastion as well, which always feels good. Does he get rid of Sez? Yes, he does. That's what we like to see.
That was some very good accuracy there from him on the Genji at the end.
So we will get set up for the second map here. I do believe it's going to be Route 66 if it's just in map order. It might be loser picks, but I'm curious to see, like, will they be able to come up with a strategy if it is loser picks anyway? So
I don't know. It did look like they were very, very much the better team throughout all of that encounter.
Yeah, Team Red definitely looking the stronger out of the two at the moment.
What were some of the things that were going wrong for the blue team there?
It was a bit all over the place. Like, it didn't feel like they had a plan. It didn't feel like they were decisive enough. Like, letting them just walk into that second point, that's a little bit of a disaster, right? They just walked onto the point, no problem there. We're going to see some highlights here. I mean, Fighter was looking pretty good for this blue team. Did manage to get rid of Sez nice and early. Did land a lot of damage with this McCree. Did find some work. It did a good job on the Genji as well, but just not quite enough here, especially against some of the players coming out of the red team here. We do see this Midna and can't actually quite see who the red team. That was Dalasar, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Just going up against each other with the nano boosted Reinhardts. It's always scary when you see two nano boosted targets fighting each other. You just sort of want to stay far away from that engagement. You don't want to get involved.
Get pulled into the pain train.
And Hal just doing so much work with these Graviton Surges, getting so much value out of them. I think this is when he got nano boost as well. Oh no, I think he just had his shiny golden weapon. Just did so much hurt with these Gravitons. It's just finding all the damage. I mean, Zarya is one of those characters that you can definitely carry with in a really big way. And if you are a good player, you are very aware of your team. Just look at this. He's got so much damage coming out here. He's caught everyone in the Graviton Surge. He's killed 2 people already. He's killing even more. He's just hurting everyone. Absolutely huge plays coming out from him. And, of course, play the game going to Fighter.
Yes, very well played. Very, very well played. We'll have to see what map is coming up next. If it is going to be in order, then it is going to be Route 66. Given that that is a payload map and we've just come from a 2-point capture map, we're not quite sure what that might mean. It could be that the blue team are much stronger on payload and hybrid maps. And
if
it might
they
just be
do,
the 2-point capture maps are just not really their thing.
If they do bring that offensive bastion back, like that works a lot better on payload than it does on 2 control point in my experience.
Yeah, but you did predict it. You was predicting a little bit of kind of like coming out of the gate with a bit of fun, bit of troll.
Yeah.
But actually then maybe you want to win this, and he switched himself off that bastion onto the McCree, and from that point on they couldn't do any wrong really.
Yeah, absolutely. Just turn it on and then just go hard, basically. So start up with a little bit of fun and then say, hey, no, actually, I really want to win this. I really want to take home a little bit of money for myself. So let's try hard. Let's try and impress the pros a little bit. Like, let's show some razzle-dazzle.
That's true. I mean, I wonder if any of these guys are really feeling like this is an opportunity for them to demonstrate that they are a high-level player of the game and maybe want somebody to take a little bit of notice of what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, if I was definitely taking part in it, I would love to be able to just show that, hey, some of us community members, we're not too bad. We're not quite at your guys' level, but, I can play the game. I can shoot some people. And, of course, it's always satisfying when you do get to kill a pro. Of course, if you do meet a pro on ladder, he's probably just, been playing all day and doesn't really care. But for you, it's like, yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm
aware of every pro I have ever killed in a online competitive game when I've been unfortunate enough to have to queue against one. I have them all written down in my war diary.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good thing to try and keep track of. It's a good thing to try, oh yeah, I've laddered against you and I've beaten you, and it's like, who are you? I'm not even